Hey guys, it's Kenny here. Today I will talk about the things that I don't really like about Twilight and the things I consider as problems. I have watched the movies and I have read Eclipse and New Moon. And as I grew up, as I understood myself, as I understood the world, things became more and more disturbing to me. And I wanted to gather my thoughts and talk about this with you. So the first problem is Bella being a damsel in distress and being so boring. She always needs to be saved, and everyone is ready to risk their lives for her. I understand that she is one of the protagonists of the story, and she has to live in order for the story to go on. But she cannot stand up for herself, she cannot protect herself, and she is the center of attention despite being very boring, very regular, and there is nothing special about her. And she isolates herself from her friends after having feelings for Edward. And she's very boring, very regular. She doesn't have hobbies, she doesn't have friends, and she thinks that everyone is less than Edward.
Yes.
And I think that gives the message of do not do anything, just sit there pretty and someone will come and save you. And the fact that Edward cannot read her thoughts is not because she's so special. It could be because maybe there is nothing there. The other problem about Twilight that I really hate is Edward being the queen of dichotomy. Is a gaslighting, manipulating queen. But what I want to talk about is his two sides. So he unalived people, he was very brutal, he was like a ripper, but he still cares about being a virgin and he still cares about, you know, not sleeping with Bella before they get married.
Yeah, I know. It's the.
So he is in between this I can kill people, but I also care much about virginity. He was unaliving people, but he is also very pure and he is into this purity culture. He doesn't really, sleep with Bella before they get married. And what I want to know is where is the balance in this? Where is it? So, in that universe that the writer created, the character Edward is not going to be punished because he unalived many people and drank their blood, but he's going to be punished because he wants to sleep with Bella before they get married. Like, where's the balance? Where's the morality in this? I don't think this is the right way to create a character. And with the popularity of the movie, people used to divide into teams like Team Jacob, Team Edward. But growing up and maturing is realizing that none of these teams were good. The other problem I don't really like about Twilight is Carlisle playing the god. So there is an illustrated guide by Stephanie Meyer that answers many questions about the storyline. You can check that out. There it says Carlisle transformed Edward into a vampire because he saw goodness and beauty on his face. I don't know what that means. Initially, Edward didn't consent to be a vampire, but Carlisle transformed him. And then he transformed Esme into a vampire, and the fact that Esme was his patient when she was 10 years old and she had a crush on him explains everything, and then they became partners, and I think that's gross. And then he also transformed Rosalie into a vampire and hoped that she would become a companion to Edward. But these three people, they didn't consent to be a vampire. And especially Rosalie hated to be a vampire and she wanted to live a human life and get old. The problem is he tried to be the god. He tried to play the god and he tried to create these people without asking them. This explains a lot about the mind of the author because allegedly she is a Mormon. She believes in the Mormon faith, and I think she just reflected her thoughts and beliefs through the book and through the characters. So the other thing I don't like about Twilight is the racism undertone. I have a bone to pick with the writer of the book, but I digress. So there is this distinction, a dichotomy between the Jacob side, they're a tribe, they're werewolves, and they have a legend, and they are Native Americans, and they are people of color. And when you look at the Edwards side, the Cullen family, Volturi's, aka Vampire Mafia, you see that they all have the pale skin. As the writer explained in her illustrated guide, the vampire venom makes the skin paler, and it raises all the birthmarks, defects, freckles and moles and everything, and makes it pale, right? But my problem is, if the vampire venom makes the skin paler and like perfect, why didn't it work on Lauren, the vampire that was hanging out with James and Victoria? Lauren is the bad guy in the movie, and he has a darker complexion. So why didn't the vampire venom work on him? Like, if the vampire venom makes you white and pale, why didn't it work on Lauren? Or is it a hidden message about the writer's beliefs and mind? Does the writer correlate evil with black and dark, and goodness with white and pale? And the other thing I consider as a problem, no, not just a problem, a huge problem about Twilight is the grooming. So when I was a kid, I didn't really understand it, but as I grew up, as I got older and I started working as a teacher, it really disturbed me deeply. So Jacob imprints on Bella's daughter, and she's a baby when he like imprints on her, and he takes care of her, makes sure that she is safe and everything. But I mean, there is this expectation, she's gonna grow up and she will eventually be my partner, because this is what imprinting is. This is something that wolves do and they cannot control it. But even if it is out of control, it is still grooming. It is still wrong. He protects her, makes sure that she's safe, but that does not change the fact that this is grooming. And no one says anything about it in the movie. No one says, oh, this is wrong. It's a baby and you're a grown ass man, so you cannot do that. It's grooming. It's gross that someone actually typed this and sent this to their publisher, and that person also approved of this. And it feels like, since Bella got together with Edwards, and this is like Jacob, all crying and pathetic, let's give him something. So what could we give him? A baby that he could just groom from a very early age, and then possibly be together when she's older. And the other thing I consider as a problem about Twilight is Charlie, Bella's father. Instead of encouraging Bella to find herself, to be her unique self, he pushes Bella towards Jacob when Edward's gone. So I think in his mind, he's like, if it's not Edward, it's Jacob. And when Jacob forcefully kisses Bella without Bella's consent, he salutes Jacob and says, good job, kid. I don't think this is an appropriate father behavior, because I think a real father, a protective father, should side with his daughter and just put the boy in place for kissing his daughter without her consent. So overall, that was all I wanted to share with you. And maybe there was some stuff that I didn't really remember, because as I said before, this video was not pre-written and I was not prepared for that. These were just my thoughts and opinions and the things that I realized over the time, and I was just trying to gather together to share it with you like a talking session. And the things that I talked about today, I didn't realize and I didn't think about it that deeply when I was a kid, when I was a teenager. But as I grew up, as I finished school and I became a teacher, these things started to disturb me and bother me more and more. And I just wanted to share with you these things that I think about Twilight that are problems. What are some things that you find problematic about Twilight? You can share with me on the comment below and we can talk about it. And until my next video, stay safe and take care of yourself.